What's going on, everybody? B. Scott, I'm here with
Godzilla.
And on today's show, we got your matchups heading into week number 8. We're going to go through every single matchup, giving you our picks on the spreads heading into this week if you're betting and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and all that. And at the end, we have our best bets on week 8. And you can mix and match those there however you choose to play them. Don't line them all up. Of course, you know they're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? There's always one team that just busts your slip for you. So mix and match them. These are best bets. You know what it is.
Yeah, so keep it locked and loaded right here at the first 4 downs.
Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. B. Scott, G.O.D. here, and we're going over the matchups heading into week number 8. We had a Thursday night game that happened. The Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. And, we were both on Arizona to win the game. I necessarily didn't love the line at 6.5. I thought it was a little too much. I think Green Bay would have kept it close. They performed their plan to a T, exactly like what a lot of people thought they would do coming into the game, knowing they would be able to run the ball effectively against the Arizona Cardinals. We thought the Cardinals would be able to put up a little more offense.
A whole lot more offense.
Of course. That's why we had a feeling that, if Green Bay fell down, could they catch back up? Well, they kept it close the whole game. The last play of the game, the defensive back made a play, and the Green Bay Packers won. All
I got to say is, everybody was on Arizona, obviously, because Devontae Adams, Allen Lazard out of this game.
Yeah, of course.
And the offensive output that Arizona has been putting up lately has been, bar none, some of the best things that we've seen in the NFC West in a long time. They have been a contender, and I think they'll still be a contender after this. But MVP, this was the storyline all week, is Kyler Murray the MVP. And I think this is the difference between great quarterbacks and good quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Great quarterbacks tend to find a way to win. Good quarterbacks are hot when they're hot. But in this one, this guy wasn't hot. And I was so surprised. You know what I mean? Like, tons of rushing touchdowns coming in this game. And then you have a chance to win the game or tie at the end. And you throw a pick.
Yeah.
Bittersweet.
Yeah.
We thought they would be 8-0. I think the world thought they would be 8-0, honestly. I think Aaron Rodgers thought they would be 8-0. But there's a lot of people saying that, Green Bay didn't win this game. I think they already won this game with Aaron Jones in the touchdown, his second on the day.
Yeah.
I don't know how you overturn that when there's not enough evidence. To me, he was in the end zone. So, great game played. It was an absolute thriller. We got to adjust these power rankings, obviously. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers. Go, Pack, go.
Yes. Arizona, honestly, they were a little slow coming out of the gates with the Houston Texans just last week.
Yeah.
You saw it this week again. Once again, kind of slow out. And they tried to come back.
With Kyler. I don't know.
But it didn't happen. So, anyway, we're going to move to the matchups. But before we get to today's content, don't forget, like the video, subscribe, share, thumb bell, all the good stuff, and then comment. If there's anything you disagree with or you want to hear more about a team or the reasons we're picking a team, drop in the comment section. We'll be glad to give you our advice and all that good stuff. So, let's dive right into it. We'll start with the first matchup. We're going to make it quick because we're going to get to some of our favorite bets on the week. First game on the matchup.
Let's go.
Carolina Panthers on the road against the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta, -3.5. The over-under's at 46.5. To me, I don't love the betting of this game, but Carolina's been playing poor, and Atlanta's been playing good. So I got to take Atlanta. I like it at 2.5 better. I'll buy the point. And Atlanta's just playing better. Yeah. Carolina has not played good, and until I see otherwise, it's hard to even have a chance to be picking on Carolina. If you don't want to bet the game, I understand, because can you trust Atlanta on a weekly basis?
Yeah, it's really hard. This is another divisional game. Atlanta playing very well in the last couple of weeks. We got to see Russell Gage come back. Hopefully he outputs that sleeper potential that we had on him on the season and open up Calvin Ridley a little bit. I think overall they're getting oiled, and they could probably rock this machine. You know what I'm saying? Carolina's defense is nothing to be taken lightly, but Sam Darnold did get benched in this last game. So, you know what? I'm going to take Atlanta to cover here. I'm going to buy a point, 2.5.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. We're both on the Atlanta Falcons for 2.5, but I don't really love it. If you're, you know what I mean? It's a tough game to be betting. There's a lot of tough games this week. So we'll move on to the next matchup. We got the Miami Dolphins on the road against the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo,
another divisional.
-14.5 in this game. The over-under's at 48.5. Tua's back. Tua got hurt in the original game against this team in Week 2. 35-0, these Buffalo Bills beat them in Week 2. And Buffalo's coming off a loss a tough loss to the Tennessee Titans. Then they get a whole bye week to just soak it in a little bit.
Yeah.
And now they got Miami coming to town. I'm sorry, I got to take Buffalo at the 14.5 just for the fact that they've been putting it on a lot of these bad teams. Even with Tua there, I just don't see them being able to hang in this game. I mean, honestly, personally, my favorite bet in this is to take it in a teaser, drop it down just under 10 points.
Yeah.
Personally, but I like Buffalo here all day long. There's no way around it.
Yeah, we thought we were going to see some different quarterback play. There was rumors that Deshaun Watson is there. Now you see Brian Flores turning red, saying that he has to back to attack late Iola Vola, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm taking Buffalo, and that's all it is to it. If you want to buy a point, 13.5 to cover the 14, 2 touchdowns, that's fine. Whatever you want to do, Buffalo's going to win this game.
Yeah, of course. I'm on the same boat. I think it's going to be over because I think Buffalo's going to score a lot of points, and I think Miami will get some points, in this game. I really
The next
do.
game sucks.
San Francisco 49ers on the road against Chicago Bears. San Francisco favored -4.5.
This is going to be televised. You know
Over under is 39.5. It will be televised for us for sure. We're in California,
God.
so
What's worse is Seattle Seahawks fans get to see this game.
yeah.
Don't even get to see the Seahawks.
Oh, it'll be exciting. So, for me, I like San Francisco personally on the money line to win the game. I still think they're the better team than the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have not looked good on offense at all. Yes, Khalil Herbert has run effectively, and he's had a decent day even against a tough defense in Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I talked a lot about the Buccaneers defense, in which teams tend to not even run against them, albeit they've been good. They don't even run against them. So in this game, they were down 38-3, and I saw Khalil Herbert taking handoffs with 5 minutes left in the game. That's complete garbage time. The game's over at that point. So for me, I don't love the Chicago Bears at all. They are at home, and they play good at home. They play good sound defense, but no Khalil Mack in this game. That hurts a lot more than you would think. Just even the pressures on, Jimmy Garoppolo. I got to take the Niners to win this football game. Now, the 4.5 for me. I'm shocked the spread is 4.5 because the Niners aren't that good to have a 4.5 spread, in my opinion, And the Bears, they're at home. They shouldn't be 4.5 point dogs. You know what I mean? So I'm torn here. I'm scared to take Chicago just because I can't trust the offense. But that's why I like the Niners on the money line, personally, for me. And it's going to be under.
Okay, so here, you got Akeem Nicks back in this game. I think they'll be able to slow down San Francisco's running game a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo sucks. Justin Fields sucks. And they are one-dimensional teams. You know what I'm saying? Deebo Samuels. If on the other side, Allen Robinson plays, Darnell Mooney is not a one receiver. So I'm not even going there. I really got a written tie here in under 39 points. I'm not going to pick a winner in this game. Who knows? Hopefully San Francisco wins. Maybe. Or hopefully Chicago wins. Maybe.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it'll be under 40 points.
Absolutely. I'm on the same boat with you with the over-under at 39.5. And I just think the Niners will pull the victory out. But if it was me and I'm betting it, I'm not going to bet it in any parlays or nothing like that. So it's another game. I would just throw it away. So next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Another divisional game.
On the road against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland at home, -3.5. The over-under at 42. I like the Steelers right here at 3.5. I really do. I think they're coming out of a bye. They played pretty well. And the Cleveland Browns. Yes, they have a lot of their weapons back.
Yeah,
but they're all still banged up. Nick Chubb was removed from the injury report altogether. But Baker Mayfield's still out there playing with one arm. Odell Beckham, is he going to be a factor? Jarvis Landry, he's removed from the injury report. That's good for them. I just think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to keep it close here. And I think the defense has played okay. Not as good as we hope, but they're still decent. And then on top of that, the offense. Yes, they played poor in spots, but they have played good in spots. And I think with the divisional game, the Pittsburgh Steelers really can take an upper hand here in the division if they pull off this victory. So I'm going to go with the Steelers 3.5. Maybe they don't even win, but I think it's going to be close. Even in a field goal, I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I got to slow this down a little bit because there's a little bit of tangibles here. And, I think the defensive line for Cleveland is going to be all over Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay.
Let's get that out of the way. I think Najee Harris is going to be good for catches. Denzel Ward out of this game, so maybe they can get something going with Chase Claypool as they have moved into the slot. I think the tight end, Freiermuth, whatever his name is,
he'll be good.
Should have a lot more
value.
He
ruled out of this game, so I do like Freiermuth. But
so I like him a lot in this game to potentially move the sticks.
Yeah.
But I think that Nick Chubb, his injury wasn't really that bad. You look at that turnaround. They had a game on Sunday and a game on Thursday night, and I think they just kept him out just to make sure that he was completely all the way healthy. I think Nick Chubb will be Nick Chubb in this game. So you look at the matchups last year when they played this game. When they played with Nick Chubb in the game, they beat Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? And I think that's what they really want to do. They've been trying to get healthy enough to play Pittsburgh, but like I said, Denzel Ward is out. So, you know, there's a lot of things that can happen in this passing game, but we know Ben Roethlisberger doesn't really throw passes, at least down the field.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I think Cleveland wins this game, but I don't think they win by that big of a victory. If you want to tease this up, 9.5.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 6 points, Pittsburgh. I will go that way.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat there. I'm going to take the 3.5, but yeah, the teaser would be a good spot too, especially 9.5. That's a good number. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles on the road against the Detroit Lions. No one really cares about this game anyway.
Nobody.
3.5 is the over/under. Philly is favored, and 3.5 is the line, and Philly is favored. The over/under at 48. You know what? The Detroit Lions, I'm gonna take a chance here and say they win this football game. The reason that I feel like they got to win one game. They've played well in spots, and they've really been not necessarily robbed of wins, but like, dude, they've had some heartbreaking losses, to be honest, for how bad their team is. Philadelphia Eagles have not looked good. Their defense has not looked great, and albeit, yes, their secondary is their strength, but honestly, the pass catchers of the Detroit Lions is not their strength. So you really, they have a chance to move the ball here on a Detroit Lion or on a Philadelphia Eagles defense. So I'm going to take the Lions, who I think are going to come out and get ahead. And I think Philly's going to fight their way back. They've done it every single week. And honestly, they pulled off victories in the second half. They did one to Carolina. And I think they could pull off the victory here. But I still think the 3.5 is a good number for me. That I think the Detroit Lions will be able to cover the spread at 3.5. Even if they lose. And I think they might win. But even if they lose, I think they will cover the spread here. And I got it under the 48.
Do you happen to have a coin on you? I would say flip it because
right?
I can't pick a team to win this game.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think Philadelphia, as good as they've been, they started off, good on the road or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got a good offensive piece, Kenny Gainwell in this one. And, they've been really pretty. If you look at the offensive structure, they've been like counseling Miles Sanders out of this offense a little bit, trying to bring him back, but he's not effective for what they want to do. And I think that Kenny Gainwell is good for this. And, maybe they can get Devontae Smith more targets where he can really actually do something with early in the game.
Yeah.
Because Detroit Lions, their defense is terrible.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? On the other side of the ball, they're lacking pass catchers, period, outside of Hawkinson. I think that Darius Slay and company can shut down what they want to do in the pass. But like you said, the running game probably run through this team. And as what you mentioned before, Philadelphia can come back in the second half. That's where they score most of their points. So I can't really necessarily put them away in the game.
Yep.
Can I pick them to win? I think they needed to stay in this division. I think Detroit is gone in this division, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And, they're really fighting for nothing. So I'm gonna take a chance here on the coin flip, and I'm going to take Philadelphia by the 2.5 points by 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm all right with that because, like I said, I think Philly could come back and win this game. I'm just going to take the Lions number. I like the 3.5. I really do. If this was 2.5 and I had to buy it up, maybe,
down to 2.5. I mean, they probably win by 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, on to the next matchup: Los Angeles Rams.
Oh my God.
On the road against the Houston Texans. Rams favored by 14.5. We saw this before, last week. 47.5 is the over/under. I don't know what to really say here. Obviously, the Rams were going to win the football game.
Like, in the offseason, the teams pick these matchups. Like, why did they pick this matchup?
Well,
I don't understand.
I'll tell you.
Deshaun Watson was already, going through what he was going through. There was no chance in hell that the Rams would go in here and lose this game.
Yeah, of course. So, my favorite bet is to tease this down just to be safer. If you want to put it in a sweetheart and get 10. But I'll even take the 6, honestly, at 8.5. I think they beat Houston by 10. I really do. Honestly, they let the Lions hang in this game. And the Lions, we know.
They were motivated.
They were motivated, and they have some offensive pieces. The Texans don't have the offensive pieces. You know what I mean? Davis Mills, albeit started off and had a couple strung together some okay drives, has really just turned into An absolute nobody.
And then you got David Culley poking the bear, saying that they're not going to let Aaron Donald dictate this game. I think that Aaron Donald's going to dictate this game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, why would you even do that at all?
Yeah.
You know, what can I say? If we're talking about a 7-point teaser, we got the LA Rams at 7.
Yes, I'm on the same boat with you. The teaser's the best spot, in my opinion, especially for this game.
Yeah.
A lot of these favorites this week, the big ones, I like them in big teasers, plain and simple, because these guys are going to win.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no way in hell the Houston Texans are beating the Rams.
As a matter of fact, any favorite on the season that has been favored by more than 7.5 points are 23-0 straight up, 14-9 against the spread. Against the Texans, I mean, you got to follow the trend.
So yeah, on the money line, to be honest, it's 1,015. I
you
would put
want to.
I would put $1,015 on it just to win 100.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So that's how confident I am the Rams are going to win this football game. So now we can move on. We got the Tennessee Titans on the road against the Indianapolis Colts.
Damn.
The Colts are favored by 1.5. Honestly, this line opened up with Tennessee favored by 1, and now it's flip flop. The over under 51 in this game, and this is a tough game to bet. I honestly would stay away altogether from this game because I mean
both of these teams are hot.
even the over under, it's like 51. That's tough. You know what I mean? Because yes, Tennessee, I want to say, is giving up on average like 28 points. You know, and the Colts have given up a lot on average also, but we just don't know. I couldn't tell. I couldn't be safe calling any of this game. I like the Colts at the 1.5, and the reason I like the Colts, they're hot. I know Tennessee is hot. Tennessee's coming off a huge win, back-to-back big wins, and then it's almost time for an upset. I really feel that way. There's been a lot of teams this season where we've seen this. We've seen the trends of these teams coming off these big wins against these tough teams. It may not be like huge, like, you know, morale type wins, but like just big wins against teams that should be hanging in these games, and then they have big letdowns. We saw last week the Baltimore Ravens. I think I even mentioned it in last week's matchup where I was like, can they let this down? I think Tennessee might let this down, and I like the Colts in the momentum to really, they need to push for this division. This is a huge win for them if they want to be fighting for this division. And I really, going into the season, I have the Colts as the division winner, so I'm going to give it to the Colts to win this game.
I had Tennessee, but I'm glad you mentioned the Baltimore Ravens game against Cincinnati because what we know is teams leading the division in division games, if you fade them, you're 1-13 on the season.
Yeah.
And that game happened to be the Baltimore Ravens. We're going into this one. Tennessee is the division leader in a division game. As hot as Tennessee is, and I really want to back the Colts here to 1.5. You know what I mean? I think the value is to bet Tennessee in this game.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I really think they're hot. You look at the prior matchups, Derrick Henry, 100 yards game last year. You know what I'm saying? I think he had one like 28 carries, one for 19 carries. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to see a lot of run game, a lot of Derrick Henry, a lot of Darius Leonard, maybe a lot of play action opens up for Tannehill. Even though Julio is out of this game, you got the Westbrook guy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they can get something done. Carson Wentz on 2 bad ankles. He's been playing pretty well since that has happened.
Yeah.
And another thing, Braden Smith, who has not played since week 1 or week 2, you know, is back in this game. So that's a right tackle that can absolutely help them with the pass rush. And we know that Tennessee has been getting at the quarterback with the pressure rate really good this season. So, you know, all things point to the Colts winning this game, but I've seen the Colts lose a game against the Baltimore Ravens that they should have won probably. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans money line. I think they win this game.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Honestly, if I was going to put in a teaser and move that line to 7.5 or 8.5, 6 or 7 points,
You can do that
I'd be
too.
happy with that on the Tennessee Titans side because I don't think Titans get blown out or get beat by more than a touchdown.
But I do
Either
think
way.
this game goes over 51.
Okay, I have it also over 51. My score 30-27. The Indianapolis Colts. That's the score I got written down, and I like the Colts to get it done. This is a must-win game.
Yeah.
But I said this last week about the Chiefs, and you know it was a huge letdown. So we'll move on to the next matchup. We got the Cincinnati Bengals.
Pray to God you can get these things.
Hey, Cincinnati Bengals on the road against the New York Jets. This is another thing where, you know, you can bet the house on the money line because there's no way in hell the Jets beat the Bengals.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Minus 10.5 is the favorite for the Bengals. 43 over under. Mike White is the quarterback. They're missing their number one receiver in Corey Davis. What could you say good about the Jets at all to be going against the division-leading Bengals, even though they're at home? 10.5.
You know, there's a thing about the Jets that I've always liked was that, you know, even if you look at the pictures back with Joe Namath, that was way before my time. I always loved the uniforms.
Yeah.
Just like I love the Raiders uniforms, you know, and the Niners, you know, they have this nostalgic look to them, and is actually great. You know what I'm saying? The white and the green. But other than that, I don't see it. But Cincinnati, 10.5, I'm going to take it to the bank.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I like it. This is one of my other teams that I love in teasers. If you're going to do a big favorites teaser, 3-team teaser, -6 points for a lot of the big point favorites. I like the Bengals here. I think they get it done. I got it 27-6. I just don't see the Jets scoring 10 points in this game. And the Bengals don't really have to put up that many points. So I like the under in this game, under 43.
All right, let's go.
So let's move on. New England Patriots on the road against Los Angeles Chargers. This is kind of a tough pick game in my opinion too. The Chargers are favored at home, -4.5, coming out of a bye. 49.5 over under. And really, it is tough to bet or back the Patriots because, yes, we've seen them in some games, especially on the road. The Texans, they almost lost that game. They've played well against a lot of good teams, and they just got done annihilating the New York Jets. And we got the Los Angeles Chargers, who just got whooped on the road against the Bengals. The Chargers coming out of a bye. I do think the Chargers could win this game. I really do. I mean, I think they're favored for a reason. They have a better offense. Their defense is still legit. But I do see a way in which the Patriots could keep this game close. So if I was putting in a teaser, make it a 10.5, that's my favorite bet. But I like, honestly, the New England Patriots at 4.5. I think they get it done close enough. Maybe they lose by a field goal here.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said there. You look at the Chargers defense, they give up gashes to the running game. Damian Harris has been awesome. Like last game, he had 100 yards, touchdown.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know, you look at the secondary as well. Give up like top 5 or bottom 5, in passes under 15 yards.
Yeah.
That's all the Patriots really want to do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You look at a Brian Staley kind of defense, they're not going to give up the big play, but they're going to give up the underneath, and that's all the Patriots are going to do all day long. So I think in the first half they could probably keep this close, but when you got a beast like Justin Herbert, second half, all bets are off. You know what I'm saying? I think the Chargers win at home, but not by a large score. It's hard for me to back the 4.5. So if you want to tease the 6 to 10.5, you know what I'm saying, for the Patriots, that's fine. But I'm circling the Chargers money line.
Okay, I'm fine with that because I think the Chargers do probably pull this win out. I just think the Patriots can be able to keep it close.
Yep.
So we'll move on. We got another game that I would not touch at all, no matter what. Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm touching it.
That's fine. Jacksonville Jaguars playing the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle -3.5. The over-under is at 44. I like the under. The Seattle Seahawks, obviously, when Russell Wilson goes down, the defense has picked it up a little bit. I want to say Pittsburgh Steelers, 20 points, 23 points. The Saints, 13 points. So they've picked it up a little bit. Now, Geno Smith is untrustworthy. This is a get-right game at all, if you could say it, for any of the Seattle Seahawks, considering Jacksonville defense isn't that good. So, with that being said, I like Seattle at home. The 3.5, I'll buy it down to 2.5. I'll take him to win the game by a field goal. Jacksonville, I think, could make some plays in this game, but we're still looking at, coming out of a bye, a rookie quarterback that really hasn't necessarily got it all together there yet. So, I like Seattle. I like the 2.5.
I like Seattle, and I'm not going to buy the points at all. I like 3.5. I think they win by at least a touchdown here. This is a game that they must win in that division, regardless.
Yeah.
This is the last showing of a quarterback. If he ever wants to be a quarterback in this league, he has showed here against one of the worst teams in the NFL. You look at when Geno Smith came in, touchdown, DK Metcalf, against, you know what I'm saying, Pittsburgh, they kept it pretty close. You know what I mean? Actually, that game went in overtime, 2020, whatever. Last week against the Saints, you know, that wasn't really there. The Saints has a really good defense.
Yeah.
We've seen an early touchdown from DK Metcalf, but Tyler Lockett has been hurting this one. I don't think there's nothing there at all for Jacksonville to stop this offense. You know what I mean? This is the one where Geno Smith shows that he could be a game manager. I think Alex Collins, if he plays, or Rashard Penny, either one of these guys, I think they're going to be effective in this game. I'm going to take the 3.5 for Seattle to cover.
Okay. I'm on the same boat, except I like buying the point just because I think it's a safer way to go, because I think it could be decided by a field goal.
Yep.
Next game. A game I don't want to touch. Washington football
Yeah, I got
team
this another tie.
playing the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos at home, minus 3.5, 44 over under. For me, when I first saw the line at 44, I was a little shocked because I thought these teams could put up some points. Now, yes, Washington struggled over the last couple weeks, putting up points. 13 points, I want to say, against the Chiefs. Just 10 points against Green Bay Packers. Then you got the Denver Broncos. Their offense has really struggled out the gate, but they still had some offensive weaponry and power. And the defense we've seen has kind of fallen apart over the last few weeks, especially against the running game.
It's Johnson, like how they were last year.
130 yards, you know what I mean? So I tell you right now, I like the over in this game. I really do. I think these teams can put up some points. We saw a similar game script considering the Washington football team and the New York Giants on Thursday night. You saw that 29-30. No one expected that to be a shootout. And that was like a 40 over under. So I like the over in this game. I really do. It's in Mile High, so yeah, it's a little bit tougher place to play. I understand that. But I like Washington football team in this one. Plus 3.5. I think you're getting good odds. I think Washington football team, their offense is still pretty darn good. The secondary, yes, is completely terrible. But if they can get their pass rush going just a little bit, which we've seen little flashes, but nothing great yet, I like them here to keep it close within a field goal.
My question is, can the Washington football team, WFT, like I said, I think they either pray for like a win, forfeit, or tie.
Yeah.
Can they keep it into the opponent 30-yard line?
I think they could.
Because the field goal is right higher in Mile High.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if they can have that advantage at all, can they kick field goals and get to a point where they can kick field goals, they're going to be money. Stopping Denver, I don't know. Does Denver really have that great of an offense? You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I'm going to just take the over. I don't even like picking the game.
Yeah, I understand.
Picking a winner for this game. I really don't.
Yeah.
This is one game I'm just like, I'm staying completely away
No,
from.
of course. I wouldn't bet it either, to be honest, because I don't trust any of these teams. I mean, even if you move the line to 9.5 or 10.5 for Washington football team, which you could, I still don't know if they can keep it close. I mean, I just don't know. So
I don't think they get to 40. I really don't think they get to 44, but oh my God.
I know. I think they're going to go for the 44. No problem. I
For the
set.
record, I'm going to take Denver at home.
Okay. I'm all right there.
Win.
So we got 3 more games left. We got Tampa Bay playing the New Orleans Saints. Minus 4.5 for Tampa Bay on the road. 50 over under, which is high to me, in my opinion, considering the Saints offense just hasn't looked that good. Tampa Bay's defense has really started to pick it up. You saw JPP start to make some plays. And we know Antoine Winfield back from the concussion. The secondary's getting a little bit healthier. We know that. That's all they need to do to roll into these games. Now, Brady has not played well against these Saints. Not last year at all. So, that's my question mark. I would buy the points down to 3 if you were betting close to a push. But I think Tampa wins the game. I mean, if you're going to take the money line, I just don't see the Saints being able to pull this victory out. I really don't. I think Tampa's going to get it done no matter what. I think Saints can keep it close, considering the defense played very, very well. They're starting to get healthier, but I like the Bucs in this game to win.
Yeah, I don't see a blowout here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road have been winning on marginal scores, you know what I mean? Like, they ain't blowing people out like they blow them out at home. And, you know, the Saints kicked their ass last year in both games.
Yes.
Let's just be real. I think they win here if you want to take a straight-up money line, but I'm teasing this game for the points, 6 or 7 points, Tampa Bay. And I think that it'll probably be under in this game. Let's go.
Well, that was quick and easy, so we're going to move on to the next matchup. Yeah. Dallas on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Dallas was favored in this game to start the line. Then obviously the Dak Prescott news, so it's changed to Minnesota being favored. Minus 2.5. Over under of 53.5. How could this game be under? You know what I mean? In my opinion, I just don't see how it's under. Minnesota Vikings defense on paper looks okay. I still don't believe in them really. And the Dallas Cowboys defense, yes, they give up points, they give up plays, but they also make plays.
Yeah.
So, if Dak, I would never bet this game if Dak isn't playing. You know what I mean? If Dak's not playing, I would probably take the Vikings.
Yeah.
Period. You know, but if Dak is playing, I like the Dallas Cowboys just because what they can do. They're well-rounded. They're coming off a bye, and I think I just can't see the Minnesota Vikings beating the Dallas Cowboys handily.
Like you said, Dallas is favored coming in this game, and then we've seen a reverse line movement. And you look at the money line, that's even close. But the over and under is 53. 53 and a half. You know what I'm saying? We know that Minnesota's number one in pressure rate, and Dak Prescott struggles against pressure rate. And I think that the problem here is that they're worried about him and his calf strain. So they're not worried about him not playing this game. They're worried about him and the calf strain and the pressure rate and what they can do. But that makes no sense for the number to be that high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Dallas 2.5. And if you want to tease that, that's fine. That's in one of my best bets. And I will potentially take this game to be under 53. But I really like Dallas to win this game money line too.
Okay. Yeah, we're on the same boat. I like Dallas. I like the 2.5.
The offense too balanced.
Of course, they can run the football even without Dak. So we will move on to the Monday Night Football game. New York Giants on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City favored by 10.5 in this game. 52 over under. I don't know what to say about the Chiefs. You know what I mean? It's almost embarrassing. It's laughable to score 3 points against the Tennessee defense that's bottom 5 in the league.
Yeah.
You know,
Against the worst offensive line in the league. I'm trying to find a way that I can give Kansas City 10 points in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To cover. They've been losing by one-score games a lot in almost a year. So you take that into consideration. They got an inflated line right here against the Giants, who, you know, yeah, they have been blown out, but they have kept it close as well. So it's like, you know, if Saquon wins this game, are we talking about a blowout here? Are we talking about 10 points, double digits spread? What if Clyde Edwards-Helaire is in this game as well?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like this line doesn't make no sense to me. I am going to back the New York Football Giants 10.5, and I like to tease it up to 16.
Okay, I'm on the same boat. I got the 10.5 circled here. The over/under I'm kind of torn with. I would probably go over here just because I think there should be points to be had in this game. The New York Giants, we know the secondary, they lost Jabril Peppers. That hurts a little bit. Their defensive line's really started to pick it up. Leonard Williams is starting to make some plays, getting some sacks, and we know that the Chiefs' offensive line has struggled. So, that being said, I don't think the Chiefs beat them by 2 scores.
Are the Chiefs' defense any good?
No. And a lot of them are still banged up, and like none of them are healthy. And then, yeah, it's...
Is the Giants' offense any good?
In spurts, yes, but they're missing pass catchers.
Where do
It's
we
hard.
get 52 from?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard for me. I'm gonna take the Giants to cover the spread.
Okay. I'm on the same boat. If we're going to tease it, I feel more comfortable.
Yep.
16.5 because I've run with the Giants before in bad spots, obviously, and I've lost with them. So,
Yeah. Let's go to these best bets real quick.
Okay.
These are mix and match bets. I'm saying add 7 points if you want to tease these. I'm going Tampa Bay 2.5. The New England game, LA Chargers over 49.5. It'll get you down to 42.5. Dallas -3. It'll get you to 10. Buffalo -14. Get you to 7. A touchdown to cover against the Miami numbers. Come on. Seattle 3.5 plus 3.5. You know what I'm saying? So that's chicken dinner.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The Giants, like I said, move it up to 7 points. You got 17 points.
Yep.
And the Chiefs have not been covering one score games. LA Rams 16, it'll get you to 9. The Titans Indy game, I got that over 51. So if you tease that down, it'll be 44. Atlanta +4.
Yeah, of course. And I'm in the same boat with just any teaser. You want to put 3 of the big favorites, in my opinion. The Cincinnati Bengals. I like them for sure. I like the Buffalo Bills. And obviously, the Los Angeles Rams. Those are 3 teams that I can roll with this week that I know are not going to let us down.
But mix and match them all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. So, once again, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, share, thumb bell, all the good stuff, and then comment. If you got any comments about anything, want to ask any questions, drop in the comment section. We'll be glad to get back to you.
For shizzle.
So, for the first 4 downs, it's been B. Scott,
Godzilla.
and we out.
Yeah. See you Sunday.